Welcome to Pagan Coffee Talk. If you enjoy our content, please consider donating and following our socials.
We've been around this craft tradition a long time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Go on. Say the phrase. Say it.
I am sick and tired of witches putting the god in the corner. Okay?
Yes.
This is not Dirty Dancing, right? No one puts baby in the corner. We do not put our god in the corner. What? Why? Why is that a thing? Why is he like the bastard stepchild afterthought for so many workings and so many rights?
Because I think there was such a back kick on the whole
Patriarchy,
Christian.
Yeah.
All right, that it slung some people off into the far reaches of.
That's not a good answer, though.
It's not, but it is the realistic answer. Is there are parts of our community that hate men so much that
goddess worship does not mean an absence or a disregard for the male and for the god. And
I would agree with you.
I say this as a priestess. It drives me. I'm like, look, we are not the Amazonian tribe of Wonder Woman.
No.
Okay. And even if you look at that as a system here, you see where it comes from. You know, it's supposed to be Greek in origin and all that. There's a lot of aspects to this. On one hand, you have traditions like Dianic, for instance. Yeah. That wasn't Wonder Woman's name, Diana. Isn't that her? Yeah. See, there you go. That do this. And I have seen over the years, as a result, a very scary, I think it's scary anyway, version of craft that emerges where he's literally put in the corner, like in the north or in the east, right? There's a set of antlers, or there's a little statue, or the stang, or something, and he's just an afterthought.
Right.
That has led to some traditions seeing the male as nothing more than a distributor of semen.
Right. A placeholder.
Right. Who makes fertility possible, but outside of that is useless.
Right.
What the F? Okay. Look, maybe I'm a woman who doesn't have enough daddy issues. I don't know. Sorry. But I'm like, how do you do that? We have a hard enough time in a society where, and I'm not saying that some people don't have shitty experiences, right? There are plenty of deadbeat dads out there. There are plenty of men who have not lived up to
the responsibilities
and obligations. Agreed.
I'm not saying that they.
Yep. But when we have a society that views men so poorly that we even have to make sure our children are not disrespecting their fathers.
When I'm sitting here and I am watching women having a fit because lawmakers want to introduce that you have to get a DNA test before you sign that birth certificate.
Yeah.
That right there bothers me no more than anything else. Why are you do you not?
Yeah. There's a lot of pieces of this that bother me that again have wound their way into some practices.
Right.
And it's ironic because of this. A lot of people that found their way to craft did so because they don't have the best relationship with their mothers.
True.
And so a poor maternal relationship led them to goddess worship. But yet, it doesn't work the other way around. I have yet to meet somebody who's like, I had a really bad situation growing up. My dad was either absentee or abusive or whatever the case was. Didn't have a
So-
good relationship with my father. So I turned to,
The church.
yeah. And I turned to, so I've
I-
become,
I think you have those stories. You just don't hear about them because
Maybe.
because those stories come from guys, not
okay.
from girls.
Okay. Interesting.
All right.
Yeah.
That's when you listen to some of these Christian,
Interesting.
real devout
Yeah.
Christians.
Yeah.
Man, that's what my father
Right.
wasn't there. This
So I turned to
to
a spiritual father.
father.
to make up
For
for
that.
and to understand the
And-
relationship I was missing and all of those things.
Right.
And I think that's beautiful.
That's beautiful and it's grand and I love it.
And I think it's healthy and it's smart. But just in the same way, we teach that you cannot have animosity toward the church you were raised in. You cannot step into circle with animosity toward the male figure.
Well, again, we are supposed to be entering these ritual spaces in perfect love and perfect trust.
Mm-hmm.
If you sit there and you think a different gender is less than you,
Mm-hmm.
how is that perfect love and perfect trust?
Exactly. I have been criticized as a priestess
What?
again,
You?
again, for the fact that I was technically raised by men.
Right.
And I'm like, okay, I said men, not wolves.
No.
I'm like, what do you think? What is so alien about male priests guiding the education of a woman? I'm like, it happens in every other religion.
Yes.
I'm like, so why did that do me a disservice in your eyes or make me less of a priestess? If anything, I believe it gave me the ability to be more aware of the male mysteries,
Right.
which is something that a lot of priestesses lack. And I think it gave me a unique perspective on being more aware of and having more reverence for the male role and that dichotomy in circle and in my faith. I cannot imagine practicing without him.
Right.
In other words, my altar, my personal altar, is one of the few personal altars that I know that a woman has that has both representations. Usually there's just a goddess statue.
Normally, yeah.
Yeah. And I'm like, no, he's here too.
Yes.
I cannot separate them. And yeah, it gets on my nerves.
But see, I think in a way it's also sort of denying the duality that we all have within ourselves. I am going to reject the male side of myself for just the pure female. And we know this is not the way this actually works.
It's a bad idea. I don't condone it. It's a bad idea. If you do that, if you go to that extent, your craft is lopsided.
Yes.
Literally. And so there's something, okay, so I kind of find this to be, it's a weird reference, but it's a funny reference nonetheless. If you had, oh gosh, they did this in an episode of Friends, where I think it was Ross's son. There was something he got, bonked on the head, and Ross said he was kind of limping and walking in circles, and he was trying to make the girls feel bad for not telling him that he bumped his head.
Yeah.
But it sort of makes me think of that. Like, imagine I'm trying to cast a circle, but instead of making a circle, I'm lopsided, and one end is just sort of I don't know.
A duck.
Yeah, like it's almost like you've got a severe limp, or even potentially you're missing an appendage.
Right.
Yeah. It irks me. I get upset even on the days when we have circle and we don't have enough men
right.
in circle. And I look at our group and I go, oh, we got too many women today. And, most, again, a lot of priestesses would just be like, "Yee, it's an all-girl circle." And I go, "Oh, it's an all-girl circle."
No, wait a minute. Now, with that said, all right, now, are we going to completely knock the extremes? Completely diving into the goddess for a short period of time, I can understand, just like diving into the god for a short period of time. Do we need the separation as much as we need them to come together? Are you with what I'm saying?
I think in some ways, Christians have this very well figured out. There are women's study groups and women's Bible studies. There are men's groups, men's retreats, but then they come together.
Right.
And I agree with that. I think that a healthy church, if you have the right numbers, a healthy temple, yes, you can have a women's group and a men's group. And then again, they come together. It is a space in which to explore the individual mysteries. It is a space in which to honor your fellow gender.
Right.
But not disregard the other.
No.
Yeah.
No, but again, I see a lot of people where they have a problem that as soon as you do this, it seems that you can't do the other. And my point there is sometimes we have to do both. Sometimes we need the separateness.
Yeah.
And the male and female mysteries, while we also need the mysteries of our religion that we share together.
Absolutely. It's not any different than just needing some time to yourself.
Right.
I mean, all of that is healthy and it's wise. But if you are a woman in craft and all you ever do is meditate on the goddess or look to communicate with the goddess or
the divine feminine,
right,
the whole 9 yards.
You are missing a huge piece of the puzzle.
I mean, don't get me wrong. I would sit there and tell the guys the same thing. As soon as you don't meditate on it, you're going to have the same problem.
But I find that men are more receptive. This is the part that drives me crazy. I find that men who come to craft are very accepting of her.
Yes.
Are very aware of her. They have reverence for her. Well, they don't,
Well, let me state something here, okay? We're also talking about men who will sit there and play video games as a woman because they don't want to stare at a guy's ass for hours on end.
That's really funny. Never heard that, but that's hysterical.
What the majority, when you go on games, the majority of the women are guys.
Guys. That's really funny.
I mean, because they don't want to stare at.
I just think men come to it, like I said, a little bit more open-minded, and women, and I think part of this, and I mean, again, it's ironic because it is part of the gender differences. Men are usually a bit more forgiving and a bit quicker to forgive and move on.
Yes.
Women hold.
Yes.
We hold.
Yes.
And we fester.
Yes.
And yeah. And so whatever hurt a man might usually, again, I'm making generalizations, have, he's a little bit faster to reconcile that and not see the goddess as the same entity that hurt him.
Right.
And make nice. Women don't always do it.
No.
And I'm like, you got to get past that hump, ladies. You know?
You do.
He's not the same God. He is not the same person that caused the pain.
Right.
You have to separate him.
I mean, yes, we are getting in there. We are looking at you going, okay, where did the religion touch you?
Absolutely. Absolutely. And I mean, again, obviously for many people, this can get much deeper. This can get into trauma and abuse and all kinds of things that are horrible. And we hate that happens to people, but that's a different issue, right? That's right. Seek counseling, get your affairs in order, do the things that you need to do to be mentally healthy.
What we're sitting here saying is there's a difference. I can understand the woman who got raped.
Yeah.
Why in the world she hates men and can deal with that a little bit better.
Yeah.
Than I can't just because I'm a man.
Right. You can understand her fear.
I can understand
her apprehension, of course. But to disparage the God as a representation of
of
all men
is wrong.
No, please don't. Yeah.
I mean, for as much as the goddess to me holds everything that is the best thing about women, it also holds everything that's the worst thing about women.
Absolutely.
And the God does the same thing for us guys.
Absolutely. But if you can't be in touch with one, you can't be in touch with the other. You gotta go there. It's hard.
Mm-hmm.
It can be uncomfortable. It can be
confusing.
And it can take time. But to deny it is really to deprive yourself of a large part of your faith.
Well, a large part of yourself.
Oh, that too. Yeah.
I mean, again, because I want to make sure everybody understands this. We believe that people are made of both the masculine and the feminine.
And the feminine.
Is the whole yin and yang.
Yep. So yeah, try if you've been putting baby in the corner, take him out.
Please.
Yeah. Put him at the center and see what happens.
Put them side by side. See what they do. You know, they work really good together.
If you've leaned too heavily one way for a period of time, consider leaning heavily the other way for a period of time and find that balance point. The Wheel of the Year gives us that opportunity.
Yes.
There's plenty of goddess lore and god lore that we can take for various times throughout the year to create that balance.
Well, again, and when we're looking at the Wheel of the Year, we got 4 of the lessers, which are focused on the god, and we have the 4 grands, which are focused on the goddess.
Exactly. And there's the interplay, and also how you have the different myth cycles that revolve around the 2 of them, both separately and together. Yeah.
Just saying.
Yep. It's when we, really, truly, when we harp on know thyself.
This is the stuff we're talking about.
It really is.
I mean, for me to sit here and to say that priests and priestesses do not express archetype behaviors. I mean, come on.
It's all we do. I mean, honestly, we just...
And I'm sorry, if you don't learn those archetype behaviors, you're going to be a little confused and lost. And
yeah.
They're there for a reason.
Again, you're going to be walking in circles, but not in a good way.
No.
Yeah. Cheers to that.
More coffee.
Yeah.
Thanks for listening. Join us next week for another episode. Pagan Coffee Talk is brought to you by Life Temple and Seminary. Please visit us at lifetempleseminary.org for more information, as well as links to our social media: Facebook, Discord, Twitter, YouTube, and Reddit.
We travel down this trodden path, a maze of stone and mire. Just hold my hand as we pass by a sea of blazing pyres. And so it is the end of our days, so walk with me till morning breaks. And so it is the end of our days, so walk with me till morning.